The road outside your house is a lie. While you might perceive it as solid ground, it is actually a financial sinkhole, a trap that has already caught 200 million Americans. And unfortunately, that trap is about to snap shut, $9.1 trillion. That is the infrastructure gap. It is the specific capital deficit the United States faces to prevent structural failure over the next decade. We do not have it. Your city does not have it. The state does not have it. When the capital runs out, the physics takes over. Water stops, bridges close, and paved roads return to gravel. The American Society of Civil Engineers grades U.S. infrastructure at a C. The media calls this passing. In civil engineering, a C means mediocre. It means the system is at risk and statistically likely to fail under stress. The American suburb is defined by cul-de-sacs, winding roads, and privacy. The homeowner believes they purchased an asset. In reality, they purchased a debt obligation. Every linear foot of road requires maintenance. Every inch of pipe requires replacement. The developer paid for the initial construction, but the city promised to maintain it forever. The city cannot afford to keep that promise. Strong Towns defines this as the growth PONZI scheme. The math is absolute. A developer builds a neighborhood. The city collects permit fees and new taxes. The city spends this immediate cash injection on operations. But the infrastructure has a 20-year lifespan. For 2 decades, the liability is hidden. The road is smooth. The pipes function. Then the clock runs out. The road crumbles. The replacement bill arrives. The city checks the ledger and finds it empty. The tax revenue collected from those specific houses over 20 years was insufficient to cover the replacement cost. It paid for police and schools, but not the asphalt. To fix the infrastructure, the city needs a capital injection it does not possess. The solution is the PONZI mechanism. Find a new developer. Build a new neighborhood. Use the cash from the new project to patch the holes in the old project. New money pays for old debts. This works until you run out of land or developers. In 2024, the music stopped. Insolvency is a physics problem. Asphalt is not rock. It is a viscous liquid mixed with aggregate. It flows. Heavy trucks bend the structure. UV radiation oxidizes the binder. Water erodes the base. A road is a consumable good with a hard expiration date. Engineers use the pavement condition index 0 to 100. A score of 100 is new. For 15 years, the curve is flat. The road appears fine. This is the illusion of wealth. Then, between year 15 and 20, the structural integrity collapses. Here is the bankruptcy math. Sealing a road in good condition costs $1 per yard. Rebuilding a failed road costs $10 per yard. The cost creates a 10x multiplier if maintenance is deferred. Cities defer maintenance because they lack the $1 today. They sign the taxpayer up for the $10 biller tomorrow. This is not an accident. It is a choice. Consider the productivity gap. Compare a dense block in Buffalo, New York, to a suburban street. The dense block generates $36 million in value per acre. It pays high taxes and requires minimal infrastructure per capita. The suburban block, a Walmart and a cul-de-sacs, generates $1 million per acre, but requires miles of road and pipe. The dense city center is 36 times more efficiently productive. The poor neighborhoods mathematically subsidize the rich suburbs. The city center pays for the cul-de-sac. Lafayette, Louisiana, mapped this insolvency. They analyzed every parcel to determine if the tax revenue covered the infrastructure cost. The result was negative. The average family pays $1,500 in taxes. The infrastructure maintenance cost for that house is $8,000 annually. The deficit is $6,500 per house per year. To break even, taxes must increase 500%. That is political suicide. So the debt compounds, hidden beneath the street. The insolvency is not accidental. It is a direct result of federal incentive structures known as capital bias. The 2021 Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act allocates $1.2 trillion. The allocation mechanism dictates the failure. The Federal Highway Administration pays 80% to 90% of the cost for new construction. It pays 0% for maintenance. This creates a perverse arbitrage opportunity. A city can spend $10 million of local tax revenue to fix existing roads, or it can spend the same $10 million to unlock $90 million in federal matching funds for new roads. The math forces the city to build new liabilities rather than service existing assets. This is not an addiction. It is a liquidity trap designed to subsidize the construction industry at the expense of municipal solvency. Salem, Massachusetts accepted a $13 million grant to build an industrial road carrying only 3,000 cars daily. To secure the free money, the city depleted $15 million of local funds. They drained reserves to build a liability they did not need while the city center crumbled. They conceal this via GASB 34. This accounting rule allows cities to list roads as assets. An asset generates cash flow. A road consumes cash flow. A road is a liability. By listing crumbling infrastructure as an asset, accountants balance the books on paper while the physical city faces bankruptcy. The system persists because it generates profit for the road gang. This coalition includes construction firms, engineers, and asphalt suppliers. In 2024, they spent $300 million lobbying Congress. Their objective is volume, not efficiency. Fixing potholes offers low margins. Building highways offers high margins. They market perpetual pavement, the myth that higher upfront costs yield roads that last forever. It is false. All pavement degrades. It is a subscription service you cannot cancel. Since 2020, construction inflation has spiked. Materials are up 40%. A mile of road that cost $1 million now costs $3 million. Tax revenues have not tripled. The model is broken. Home builders are complicit. The National Association of Home Builders lobbies for zoning that mandates sprawl. They utilize the developer handoff. Build the neighborhood, sell the units, take the profit, transfer the street liability to the city, and exit. They monetize the asset and socialize the liability. They sell a defective product, knowing the tax base cannot support the maintenance. This is happening now. Houston, Texas, the model of unregulated growth. In 2024, the mayor admitted a $15 billion structural deficit. The city runs a $160 million annual operational deficit. Pipes are exploding because the 70-year-old system cannot handle the pressure of endless expansion. Water sprays into the streets. They cannot afford the repairs. Atlanta, Georgia. In 2024, the water system failed. Mains burst. Hospitals evacuated. The city diverted capital to stadiums and highways, neglecting the grid. They now require $2 billion for stabilization. The result is a doubling of water rates for residents. Kansas City. The city possesses more road miles per capita than almost any other. They face $3.7 billion in unfunded repairs. Solving this requires doubling all municipal taxes. They cannot pay. The roads will rot. This is the future of the suburb. Slow, grinding decay. When the municipality goes broke, they extract liquidity from the resident. First, taxes rise. Property taxes will jump 20% to 30%. Second, fees multiply. Water and sewer bills will double. Impact fees will be levied on all renovations. Third, vehicle damage creates a hidden tax. The average driver pays $600 annually in repairs due to road conditions. The terminal cost is home value. What is the value of a property on a street that has not been paved in 40 years? What is the value when the water is brown? What is the value when property taxes hit $15,000? Equity evaporates. The homeowner is trapped in an illiquid asset. The financial sector anticipates this. Municipal bonds, once safe, are now risk assets. Chicago pays billions in interest to Wall Street. 16% of Chicago's total budget is debt service. That money paves no roads. It hires no police. It flows to creditors. As debt consumes the budget, services vanish. Trash accumulates. Police response times lengthen. The zombie city exists only to service its bondholders. The experiment has failed. We constructed a built environment we cannot afford to maintain. The $9.1 trillion gap is real. The government cannot print enough to fill it. The road gang will lobby and cities will borrow, but the math is sovereign. Collapse is not an event, it is a process. Commutes lengthen, bills rise, services degrade. The asphalt returns to gravel. The suburb returns to the dirt. You have the data. The bill is due, and you are holding the check.